Thank you so much for listening and for being here. Today I'm going to be giving a speech for my Comm 7 Interpersonal Comm class, and it's going to be based off of an interview that I conducted with a boutique web marketing agency ran by Indiana and Nancy, who are web marketing business owners. And I'm interested in having my own business, and I'm also interested in digital media, so I thought Indiana would be the perfect person to interview. But to start off, I'd like to give a little bit of background on myself. Growing up, I've always been fascinated by films, and so much so that I wanted to create my own, and I was really interested in making and both editing videos. And at a very young age, I decided that I would like to be a business owner one day. And as I got older, I realized that maybe I could combine both passions of wanting to have my own business and my passion for digital media as well. And fast forward to my years in high school, I was freelancing my own video production service. Whether it was a wedding or some sort of benefit, I was willing to shoot and edit it. And towards the end of high school, I started my own pet sitting business to pick up some extra cash and just to keep me occupied as well. And I liked juggling both my businesses. I found them both rewarding and fun to run. And now that I'm pursuing higher education in college, I'm still interested in running my own business once I graduate on a higher level. And so this brings me to the interview that I set up with Indiana. The reason why I chose Indiana is because she has her own web marketing business, and she is blending both digital media, web marketing, and being a business owner. Indiana is a close family friend of mine. My experience with our interview was very pleasant. She was very kind, very welcoming. Her body language suggested that she was just very happy to be in the interview, which kind of relaxed my nerves, and I appreciated that. The setting was very welcoming, and her office is actually ran out of her home, so I was able to interview her in her job location where she conducts her business. And the only other person with her was actually via Skype, and that is the other end of Nancy, who does all the editing and the actual digital media portion, whereas Indiana conducts the sales portion of their business. And she's kind of more of the front end. And so therefore the business was it's very small, and it's definitely at a boutique level. So there's not a lot of traffic and a lot of space taken up with other people. It's very laid back. And that brings me to my 5 key points that I took away from my interview that kind of helped explain why interpersonal communications is important and a very important aspect and asset to this field. And the first takeaway that Indiana taught me was that relationships are based off of trust, and that trust is this key facet that helps connect her with her clients, and that if her clients feel that they can trust her, then she can have their business. And second, another interpersonal thing that I learned was that navigating different personalities can be incredibly difficult and can be hard, and whether it's with your business partner or with your client, that it can be really challenging, and that paying attention to both verbals and nonverbals are important. So body language, eye contact, people's tone, and that's all really important. And that third, when starting a business, when she first started, a lot of her clients were involuntary relationships, so that meant like they were family, and that can be kind of a difficult water to tread, because when you're mixing relationships such as family and business, it can get a little bit messy. So keeping them both very clean and separate, that business is business, was something that she kept true to her motto, but was still having a baseline level of respect and trust, of course. And then my 4th point was that the ability to code switch was really important. Both Nancy and Indiana are bilingual, they both speak Spanish, and for Indiana, her first language is English, whereas the inverse is true for Nancy, her first language is Spanish. So sometimes there's an actual cultural and language barrier, and so code switching is a big part of their day, and a lot of their clients are also bilingual, so that's code switching also occurs between them and their clients. And then my last point was managing relationships with the language that you use is at the core of both client relationships and employees. So the actual words that are being exchanged and how they're being exchanged are really important. And in conclusion, that all of My 5 points summarize that interpersonal communications is at the core of Indiana's business and Nancy's business, and that it's a really important key facet. So thank you so much for listening. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, thank you so much.